Okay, I'm convening a special meeting of the village board of trustees, May 19th, here at the Skeen Library to conduct our normal course of business. I'd like to adjust the agenda for a couple of items that are not reflected here. I'd like to add, after number 9, I'd like to add an item for any additional items to come before the board. Actually, before that, I'd like to review the 2023 New York State Uniform Fire Prevention Building Code and State Energy Conservation Construction Code law that we need to adopt. And I think that's it. Oh, and I'd like to restore, after any additional items, I'd like to restore public comments to the agenda.
I would not like to.
You have an agenda item that you'd like to include on this agenda. And so if you'd like to include another agenda item for consideration, you can do that at any additional items to come before the board. That comes before public comment.
I have nothing else to prepare.
You have nothing, okay. So you were objecting to including public comments on the board?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm just looking to do the meeting. Let's do what we have to do.
We gotta pay
And,
the bills.
and yeah, let's pay the bills and get out of here. That's what we're looking to do.
Okay, so as in convening the meeting, we're going to proceed with this agenda to adopt all of the required items that we have to do to undertake ongoing business and to conduct the meeting in normal course of the way we do business. So roll call, please.
Sam,
Here,
Stuart,
Here,
Winifred,
Here.
Aaron. Not here, and Yasmin absent.
Okay, you can do the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we are proposing, we've got the monthly reports we'd like to accept, including the financial report. And Carol, do you want to comment on new financial arrangements for increasing interest income?
Okay, 4 different accounts had significant monies that were not gaining significant interest. So there were CDs purchased to increase our interest rates by 4%. That was the fire truck fund that had monies in it, the sewer O&M fund, a small portion from the general fund, and what was the 4th one? General sewer, fire truck, and the Schneider Avenue. That would net us basically about an additional $20,000 in interest revenue over it's a 1-year period. It made more sense to put it in a CD than to leave it in an interest-bearing money market account that gave you less than a 1%. So
We have additional purchase orders for urgent work to do on the chlorinator. $13,000 purchase to replace the chlorinator at, the flow meter at a chlorinator to be in compliance with water quality requirements of the state. And we have a urgent need to repair broken air compressors at the wastewater treatment plant for $9,000. And we have a lingering requirement, which we now have a quote to do replace the fire hydrant on Main Street, which has been broken for a year. So I'd like to adopt all of these so that we can proceed with normal course of operations of the village. So can we adopt, accept these reports and the commitments for purchases? Okay.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We continue to need to appoint statutorily a person to conduct an audit of our financial reports for the village of Fleischmann that we need to do annually. Do we have a volunteer on the board to,
I'll appoint Stuart.
you appoint Stuart?
Stuart's on.
Yeah, it's hard to, not even.
Okay, so there's a motion to appoint Stuart Cohen to audit the financial records of the village of Fleischmann.
Aye.
Second, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next item. We. This is not so. In our efforts to improve public safety here in the village, we have appointed a dog control officer. And will be which will be monitoring the public safety here in the village to protect, keeping dogs and humans safe in our village. We'll circulate this. There is a phone number should anyone experience or observe an incident of dogs off leash or human or dog interactions. We have a phone number to leave voice messages, text messages, and photos, and an email address. So we will publish that locally for everyone's information. Hopefully they can everyone can put it on their cell phone so that they can respond as needed. Next, to further this, we needed to contract with an individual as a dog control officer to undertake this work. And I have a contract which provides for compensation for response to complaints, consultation with dog owners and public regarding dog issues, monitoring public areas, and provide public education as needed. This is a contract for 6 months with Adam Brill for a 6-month period for $250 to be renewed for an additional 6 months and subsequently should it be warranted and based on activity. So can I have a motion to?
Winifred, I don't want to take this right now. I want to sit down with Adam. I'd like to discuss with them. We can do this next month.
We can't do it next month because we are expecting visitors in the village. We've had several incidents already this summer. 2 months ago, you said you were going to talk to Adam, and you haven't looked at in 2 months.
What are going to be the hours for them to? Is it going to be
24
on
hours.
24 hours,
24
7
hours.
days a week?
7 days a week.
Okay, it's got to be written down on the contract because I don't see that in the
Oh,
contract.
okay. We can-
And then we
okay,
write it down and then just we sign for 6
Yeah.
months.
for 6 months.
$250 for 6 months.
For 6 months,
And it's
for
going to be available 24/7.
24/7.
Okay,
Right. He's available by phone and email 24/7 to respond to issues. Okay, so does that satisfy your concerns?
for the meantime, yes.
Okay, can we get a motion to adopt the contract for services for the door control officer?
Motion for that.
Okay,
Second motion.
okay.
We gotta add the 24/7
Right.
24/7.
is available.
Okay, any other issues or concerns? Okay, great. Okay, I'm because of the timeliness of submission of fundraising applications, I'm looking for which are going to occur within the next month. I would like an authorization for to submit a Main Street revitalization facade construction grant through the MARC project, estimated at potentially 7 properties at $50,000 a property for as much as $350,000 to come to properties based on the planning grant that's currently in progress. So I would like an authorization to proceed with that fundraising.
Are these for residential, commercial, mixed? Or
Mixed use, residential and commercial on Main Street. Property is not yet selected, but will be selected as part of the,
on Main Street?
on Main Street, yes.
Right, and they're picking up 75%, is that how the homeowner took down 50 or 25%? What, picks up 75?
The grant, I believe you're correct, that the grant funds 75% of the construction costs up to $50,000 per property. That's still completely correct. So this is to authorize that grant. Can I have a motion to authorize that a grant submission?
Yes, motion to authorize.
Okay, second, okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'm seeking authorization to submit a grant to the O'Connor Foundation for expanded recreational activities this summer as part of the resurfacing of the tennis courts and the adoption of the pickleball courts on 2 of the 4 tennis courts. And this is to fund the requirements to adapt those courts for pickleball, for the striping and other accommodations, and to provide up to $2,700 for programming for pickleball and tennis for in support of signage, programming that may be tournaments, lessons, and other activities related to that recreational program. So that would be an ask for $5,000 to the O'Connor.
Winifred, I don't want to put that right now. I spoke to Cindy Baker this morning, and she says the $28,000 are already in hand. They don't need any money for resurfacing the tennis courts. The pickleball, $2,700 plus $2,700 for marketing and stuff like that is, at this moment, is too much. We can get the courts pickleball on the go, which is about $170. Is the net, is the 2 rackets, is the balls, and is the lines, the tape. You can buy that's $170. If it peels up, you buy a box of tape for $60. For this summer, I think that will be a good start. And then next year, if it goes well, then we'll do it more.
All right, so right now, we don't have the money for the lining of the pickleball courts. We don't have.
I'm sure we can come up with, $800 ourselves.
It's not 800. We have a quote from the contractor for $2,700 for the lining associated with the pickleball courts. We have that quote in hand. So if we're talking about the alternative of putting tape on the courts, I don't think that's an appropriate solution if we want to establish these as pickleball courts that are standard, that are constructed in accordance with the standards of pickleball, as opposed to applying masking tape and a variety of other amenities to undertake that.
This, the thing that they have, the tape is to the exact dimension, so as they unroll it, it folds down. They just unroll it both ways, and it becomes a.
So at this time, Winifred, I spoke to Cindy, told me that the quote is already, the work is on progress for the resurfacing. And she also said that in the back 2 tennis courts, the funds already, the $28,000 include the lines for the pickleball. I don't know who, she told me that this morning.
Have you been, Cindy, we've been in touch with the contractor who gave us a quote 2 years ago. And the quote for 2 years ago for the pickleball did not reflect the,
It's very hard to hear you. I just want to make sure that it's clarified that the board and everyone in the village knows that the front 2 courts are tennis courts, the back 2 are tennis and pickleball. They're starting construction in another week.
yeah, yes.
And the money is all there in an escrow fund for those 4 courts.
Okay, I can say that that is not correct. We have further information about that. I appreciate, I recognize that the $28,000 quote that we received 2 years ago was a valid quote. There has been subsequent discussions and proposals by the contractor. So should we decide not to do this, we don't have money for pickleball courts. So
Okay, then, we will skip the pickleball for now. I mean, if we want
what is the objection to?
the money, you said we don't have the money, we can get the same thing for $800.
We could not get the same thing. We have to have this, we have to have it installed professionally, not by individuals who.
This is a professional company. You should look into this before you say it's not a professional company. That's what they're doing.
The 2
And at this
back
time-
courts have pickleball lines on them. So you will have 2 pickleball courts, or if there's no one there playing pickleball, you have 4 tennis courts.
Thank you, Cindy. That's
I
exactly
don't
what
know
you told
what
me
the
this morning.
issue is. This was made perfectly clear
Thank you,
a
Cindy.
time ago.
Okay, Cindy, I hear you. I have different information, but it's up to the
So we should be
board.
we should be on the same page before we make any decision.
I hear you.
So
So here,
let's postpone this. I'm not gonna fill this right now.
okay, so I'm going to put a motion to adopt, to seek authorization, and you can vote it down.
Yes, I do.
So I'm making a motion to
At this time.
authorize the ask for $5,000 from O'Connor. Do I have
It's
a
actually-
second? Do I have a
It's
second?
actually $5,400 that is on the question. It's not $5,000. It's 27 plus 27. That's
right.
here.
Yeah.
It's here.
Okay,
So no, I
okay, so.
I don't want to
so
put
no-
right at
there's
this
no
moment.
second. No, there's no second. Okay. All right, the motion is defeated. Okay. 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 So, we are obligated to adopt an updated coding for the New York State Uniform Fire Protection and Building Code and State Energy Conservation Construction Code. We were to adopt it as of January 1, but I've been working with Carl to conform the model law to our local requirements and have essentially completed that. This was circulated for the meeting, the earlier May meeting. And so I am proposing that we accept the document with modifications and regarding being in compliance with the New York State Building Code. Have you all had a chance to review this document?
This is one of the sent out.
Yeah,
It was part of
2
the
weeks
meeting
ago.
scheduled for,
Yes, I did.
okay. Any
Yes, I did.
comments? Okay, so we accept this, we want to accept this proposed local law that updates the prior law. We would accept the proposal and we would then go to a public hearing to be scheduled at the next meeting for public comment on the proposed updated law. So that's
The
what we're,
uniform law, yeah.
yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're accepting the proposal and then we will be having a public hearing.
Yes,
Okay, so we can do that in one motion? Accept the proposal submitted by Carl and updated and worked through it by
Yes.
me. Okay, and second,
I said.
okay,
All in favor?
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. So nothing, well, I'll make,
Some bunch of them.
yeah, just a few comments. Crosswalks have been painted, as you've seen. Trees have been cut in the park and will be replaced. And trees have been removed at the theater, from the theater foundation. So.
Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, just, do you want to say?
Go ahead.
Thank you to all who participated in the Earth Day cleanup. Earlier in the month, it was a spectacular event
Yeah.
with more than 35 people attending. And we want to thank everyone publicly for that. For that,
Thank you.
Those efforts. Was it? So we'll have very brief public comments.
You did that. What is it?
I put it back in. A comment, Camilla?
Yes, I wanted to object that public comment should be limited to this meeting. This is a public meeting. The board represents the village of Fleischmann. They work for us. We are their constituents and we have a right to speak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Marilyn?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say ditto to that. I mean, we live in a free country. We don't have censorship. We have freedom here. We may not agree with each other, but we do have the right to understand them.
Yeah.
I think we're in a free
Oh, okay,
country.
can you say your name for the record?
Oh, Marilyn. I was saying we're in a free country. We're heading into Memorial Day. We've got people who died for this country, veterans. And to me, why would you want to suppress public comments? I mean, you may feel, well, people are going to talk negative, but a lot of the comments we made are positive comments or ideas. So look at it that way. I mean, to me, it's really so. I thinking maybe there's a hidden agenda of some sort, but why you want to not have public
Okay,
comments?
thank you for your,
Anyway,
thank you.
that
Thank you.
was just a-
Any other comments? John?
Yeah, I'm just curious about the role of the board trustee auditor. I mean, it just seems a little odd that sort of a member of the entity that's being audited does the audit. Is there any provision in the village laws at any point for an outside auditor to?
I'll quickly respond to that. It's a mandate of the state controller's office that since the financial records are maintained by staff, not maintained by trustees, that there is oversight, a very specific oversight of that as mandated by the state. We can alternatively contract for a certified audit or a review by an outside independent qualified party as an alternative to the Board of Trustees conducting their fiduciary responsibility for the oversight of the fiscal records. So, yes, thank you, John. Any other comments? There being no more comments, motion to, yes, Michelle.
I just want to remind everyone that the Memorial Day Street Fair is on Sunday, the 28th, from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. I believe it's our 16th annual event. There's a great deal of press and social media. And if the weather holds, I think it will once again be a terrific event. And thank you to Don and Rob for their continuing leadership.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any further comments? Then I would close the public comment section. Motion to audit the vouchers.
I said.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn,
Motion to adjourn.
I second it.
all in favor? Okay. Motion adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Um,